All right, welcome in everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage. Dirt Series Production Super Series. Guys down in sunny Florida. Ready to go with the super late models. 42. Cars checked in for tonight's event. These guys are going to be winding up practice here shortly. And we will get ready to move on with the festivities. Appreciate everybody tuning in on Memorial Day weekend. We know a lot of people couldn't get to the track because of our current situation in the country. We are hoping that by our next big holiday that everybody can get out and watch dirt racing live instead of watching it on the internet. But we do appreciate you being here, and we're glad you are. We hope you sit back and enjoy a fantastic night. Had a great run earlier with the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. And joining me here in the booth, he got off the plane right beside me. New man on the microphone with the Dirt Racing Network, Dominic Santina. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, just to make sure everybody, we were, on opposite ends of the plane, but we're all good.
Well, we had to be.
Yeah,
we had to be.
We're at least 6 feet away, so.
Was not an option to be any closer.
Nope. I'm ready for another round of racing. Ready to go. Quite a few drivers in here tonight.
A lot of names that I recognize, actually. Yeah, a ton of names that I recognize. I mean, AJ Cruz was here last week. I see Darren Littrell, Michael Spengler. Joe Neese was in last week. Last week, a lot of technical difficulties. I think iRacing had an issue. I think that server crashed for everybody. I don't think it was just for the broadcasters. So, Mr. Hoke, I'm not sure I follow what you're saying, but until we can get back to real racing, we got to do with what we can get our eyeballs on, and this is what we can get our eyeballs on. So we do appreciate you being here, sir. Enjoy the show. We hope you have a good time. Not sure how long these guys are going to go ahead and run practice down. I know they said they were waiting on the broadcast crew. Well, we're ready to go. So tomorrow night, right here on the Dirt Racing Network, and I'm not sure if it's going to be me in the booth or Mr. Mike Peterson, but we are going to have a special event. It's the Memorial Day Pro-Am, put on by the Joe Isabel Racing Sim team. The guys got about $600 in their prize purse. Going to be putting the 360 sprint cars out for some laps. I think that's going to be 8 Eastern for those guys. You never know, things work out and we get Mike in the booth. Heck, I might even dust off the old sprint car and go racing myself. You never know. One or two cars still out here making laps. Now session advancing. These guys are going to get ready to go to qualifying. While they're doing that, we will begin our festivities right here.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, tonight's invocation. We're going to get ready to get these guys down here. They have gone ahead and gone through their qualifying session. We will run down the grid for you on the pole. The Outsiders Clothing Team of 5 Motorsports from Lodi, New York. Paul Henley in the 16 car. On his outside, the Checkers and Records HRT Sim Team out of Menominee, Wisconsin. Tim Christensen in the 47. Row 2 on the inside. The Abruzzi Racewear USA FSSL Racing number 31, St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Michael Spengler behind the wheel. And on his outside from Heartland, Wisconsin, the 70 car of Chris Weismer. Row 3 on the inside. The Outsiders Clothing Company. Team 5 Motorsports, number 5 from Cosby, Tennessee, Joey Neese. And on the outside of him, the Karen's Custard and Hamburgers, HRE Motorsports out of Nashville, Tennessee, in the 56 car, Brad Dyer. And on the back row by himself, the Finish First Designs Dirt Series. And number 83 out of Berea, Kentucky, Josh Smith. So 7 cars. Top 3 going straight to tonight's feature. 6 heat races. We're going to take 24 cars to our feature race tonight. Drivers ready to go green. 4-car invert after their qualifying, and the green flag is in the air. Michael Spengler was on the pole. He is going to shoot out to an early lead over Tim Christensen with Josh Smith right in behind that. 5-car Brad Dyer right around the top side. He's got 4th this time out of turn number 4. 1 down, 9 to go. 83 car of Josh Smith running in 3rd right there. Joey Neese, Brad Dyer in behind that. Brad Dyer now back to the 5th spot. Paul Henley in behind him, and Chris Weismer going to be around and out the field. Michael Spengler at the front. And not a lot of pressure for him right now. Here comes the 47 of Christensen. Tried to put his nose down on the inside. Wasn't able to get there. He gets a good run down into the corner. He's driving that car in just a little bit deeper. Josh Smith got a good run out of 2. Had to check up so he didn't run into the left rear corner there of Christensen. 4 down, 6 to go. Looks like a single file line right now, Dom.
Yeah, the front 5 are kind of together, but all running single file. Not much going on. Just going to run in the 3.
Put the sensitivity on your mic down just a little bit. I lose your mid-sentence right there. It's still Spengler, Christensen, Smith, Neese, Dyer, Henley, and Weismer in that order. We're watching 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right here on the screen. Michael Spengler out in front, 4 laps to go that time by. Nice and easy for these guys around here. It looked like in between practice and race time, they did a little bit of work on the track. Track might be 1 lane here for a few heat races. By the time we get to heat race 6, though, I think you'll see the track starting to widen out as they get down to 3 to go. Top 5 still in lockstep, nose to tail around here. About 2-3 car lengths between each driver. Couple of laps to go. Let's get on board here in the cockpit with a man riding in 3rd, Josh Smith. As you can see, he's about 0.8 of a second behind, and he is hanging on to that spacing pretty good behind Christensen. A white flag into the air this time. Final lap, heat race number 1. Spengler, Christensen, and Smith look like they're going to be your top 3 to get through to the feature, and that is how they finish. Neese, Dyer, Henley, and Weismer are going to have to work their way in out of the consolation races. We'll end up with 6 more cars from the consolations. Heat race number 1 in the book. 30 car of Michael Spengler picks up the win. And get ready to go with heat race number 2 on the pole. Shane Yates in the 11 car, and on his outside out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in the 28 machine, going to be Devin Cardwell. Row 2 on the inside, the Beast Motorsports, number 61 out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Earl Ertz Jr. behind the wheel, and on his outside, the Milner Media Designs Mud Duck Racing, number 57 out of Wilson, North Carolina, AJ Cruz. Row 3 on the inside, the TCI Truck and Ricketts Racing out of Herscher, Illinois, Anthony Ricketts in the 151, and on his outside in the 8 car, the Slaws Welding out of Indio, California, Cody Slauson. And on the back row, by himself, the High Side Racewear, TVR, number 017 out of Naples, New York, Justin Sick behind the wheel. So 7 more cars, 10 more laps, top 3 straight to the feature. Everybody else will get to play in the soup. We'll have 18 locked in at the end of our heat races. We'll be looking for 6 more out of the remaining 24 cars. Well, maybe we'll start to widen out a little bit right here, Dom, and these guys will get to passing and racing a little bit. The last one was just kind of a single file line.
Yeah, let's hope so.
All right, down at a turn 4, Yates and Cardwell in the front row. Pace truck hard left to the inside. Green flag in the air. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the 2 at the front. Now contact going further back. Yates all out of shape. He had contact with Cardwell to start things out. Cardwell gets away cleanly. Now they were 3 wide, heading into 3 and 4, and Yates gets a little bit of a tail slap, and he goes into the outside wall, gets the car spun around. He's going to not get going before the leaders get coming at him, and we are going to have our first caution of the night. We watched it happen live. Don't think we're going to see too much different if we go back, take a peek at this. Go back and watch the initial start here. Oops. Went back a little bit too far. Yeah. Well, we're going to lose that replay. Now Yates is going to try to catch up. He and Cardwell had contact right at the very beginning, and that just kind of shook things up, and he never got that car completely back underneath him, I don't think, Dom.
No, he got into that outside wall a little bit, spun it around, and time he got it spun back the right direction, caution flag was in the air.
Yeah, I think the leader was coming out of 2, and it was that close to being down the backstretch that they just felt like they had to have that yellow flag. So caution laps do not count in the heat races. So we'll get these guys restarted here with about 8 laps left in this one. Lights will go off on the pace truck this next time by. Field's going to spread out just a little bit. I thought maybe they were going to go 2 by 2. Looks like they are going to stay single file. Cardwell, Cruz, Ricketts, Arts, the top 4. 6, Lawson, and Yates. Yates rejoining the field at the back. Go back to the front. The pace truck about to make the hard left into the infield. Cardwell on the throttle, green flag back in the air. It looked like Ricketts took a peek inside of Cruz for just a second, but he wasn't able to make that work as they headed into 1 and 2. Everybody single filed out now. A little bit of spacing up on the very top side. Cody Slauson trying to work around the outside of Justin Sick. If he can keep that 8 car wound up, I think he had a shot at it, but he decides to get it back in line, maybe trying to put his nose down the inside. Good battle here. It's going to be for 5th, 6th, or 7th. Just not going to materialize very much. Cardwell starting to get away. Half a second now over Cruz. Ricketts still 3rd. Ertz runs in the 4th spot. Top 3 guaranteed a starting spot in the feature, so you know this 3rd place position right here going to get contested. Ertz can figure out how to get the nose down the inside. There he does it right out of the exit of turn 2. Pulls right alongside. And now Ricketts has to know he's there. Moves up the hill. Those two very tight racing. 4 to go this time. Down the backstretch. Dead even heading into turn 3. Ricketts goes back to the top side. The 151 car gets the momentum out of turn 4, and he puts himself back in that 3rd and final transfer position. And they're going to get 2 to go out of turn 4 this time. Still Cardwell, half a second over Cruz. We're watching the battle for the final transfer spot directly to our feature. Right now it looks like Ricketts is holding serve over Arts once he got back around him. Art's not willing to give up on this. He is really pressing hard to get down lower, find some bite on the exits. Just can't do it. White flag in the air. Davin Cardwell out in front. The 07 machine is going to pick up the win in heat race number 2. AJ Cruz and Anthony Ricketts going through straight to the feature. Arts, Sick, Slauson, and Yates will join the boys in the alphabet soup.
Well, it started to pick up there a little bit, Roger. Just like you said, not worked in completely yet to get 2 lines developed.
No, as soon as that starts to happen, I think we're going to start to see these guys being able to make moves in several different positions. But heat race 3 is gridding out on the front stretch. On the pole, the 29 car, Kansas Skins 3D Racing out of Stuart, Florida. It's going to be Scott Dobbs. On his outside, the Brushwood IR Graphics D1 RT machine out of Bloomington, Indiana, the 09 car of Chad Combs. Row 2 on the inside, the iRacing iFlag, Full Throttle Motorsports. He comes to us from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. He drives a 97 machine, Rocky Battenfield. And on his outside, the 77 car of Robert Fletcher. Row 3 on the inside, the Mud Duck Racing, a number 19 out of Williamsport, Maryland, Shane Kelly behind the wheel. And on his outside, the Foxhound Graphics, Foxhound Motorsports, Eugene, Missouri driver, 35 car, Andrew Schaefer. And on the back row, by himself, the FFG Cooper's Trucking, Team PFC out of Spring Hill, Florida, Travis Pullen in the 30 car. Seven more cars, 10 more laps. Once again, the top 3 direct to our feature. Everybody else playing in the soup. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Say hi in the chat. Hey, I see Kirk over there on the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube. It doesn't matter which channel you're on, any of the many Facebook channels we're on. Say hi in the chat. We can see you on the multi-chat. Come by on Facebook, the Dirt Racing Network. Like, share, and follow. You'll get a notification every time DRN goes live. We're about to go green. Heat race number 3.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're racing once again. Down through turns 1 and 2. Dobbs easily hanging on to the lead. What looks like to be the entire first lap. But Rocky Battenfield, the 97 car, trying to close the gap, see if he can put a little bit of pressure on Dobbs. He had pressure from behind in the form of Chad Combs, the 09 car right there. Ooh, contact, just a touch as they entered turn 3. Battenfield looks like he's a little bit quicker, getting through the center at each end, and he's able to stick his nose in, but the door getting slammed by Dobbs just about every time he gets the car down in there. Now he's got it down in beside, shows him the entire right side of the 97 car, and Dobbs says, well, that's pretty, let me drive on by you, and he takes the spot back at the line. Still Dobbs, Battenfield, Combs, Kelly runs in fourth, the 19 car, Robert Fletcher. 77 car trying to find a new line here. Travis Pullen running in sixth, and Andrew Schaefer at the back. We're watching the battle back for the lead again. They're going to be halfway. Heat 3 this time by. Lead starting to grow just a little bit for Dobbs, and it looks like everybody's still searching around for grip, Dom.
Yeah, pretty single file still. They're being aggressive, just can't make another line work quite yet.
Yeah, I think as soon as someone figures out that the next lane up is going to be faster, if you're willing to commit to it early and keep working it, you're going to see somebody get a pass done on the outside. But right now, as soon as they get single file, it is just a train getting around. We're under 4 laps to go. Dobbs, Battenfield, and Combs hanging on to the direct transfer spots. Not much is changing. 77 car of Fletcher is moving around a little bit, and I don't know if that's because he's driving really hard into the entries and sliding the car up through the center, or if he's really trying to see if there's any grip, but he's losing time to Shane Kelly in that 19 car back from the 5th spot. 2 to go right now. We're still watching Chad Combs. He is the final direct transfer car, the 09 car, hanging on to 3rd. Rocky Battenfield still 2nd. The gap is starting to slowly increase as the laps wind down. White flag out of turn number 4 for Scott Dobbs. Dobbs on his way to picking up a heat race victory. We're going back and watch the battle because the nose on the inside. Shane Kelly is there. Dobbs will win it. Battenfield is 2nd. At the line, Chad Combs takes the direct transfer spot over Kelly. Then Fletcher pulling and Schaefer rounding out the field. And I think Mr. Battenfield has a backup car in the trailer because he said he didn't like this one. He parked it in front of everybody and let him run him over. All right. Heat race number 4 out onto the front stretch. JDI Signs and Graphics Dirt Series, a number 73 car from Princeton, Minnesota. Andy Jones behind the wheel, and on his outside, the Swart Speed Shop. Team 3D, and number 25 out of Highland, Illinois, Todd Frolick, the driver. On the inside of row number 2, the 08 of Calvin Herring, and on his outside, the Checkers for Wreckers. HR Sim Teams out of Neosho, Missouri, Todd Hook in the 23 car. Row 3 on the inside, Frank Gonzalez, the 04, and on the outside, the High Side Graphics. All-Star Visuals from Jonesboro, Arkansas, the 27 car of Jared Couch. And on the back row, the 224 car of Andrew Hawkins. So into heat race number 4 already. Jones and Frolick. Going to bring us to the green out of turn 4 this time. Appreciate everybody being in, watching with us. We're glad you're here. Hope everyone is having a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Please remember what the holiday is for. It's fun spending time with family, having cookouts and all that, but remember why we celebrate this holiday.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Heat race number 4 underway. Jones, good lead. Bunch of cars sideways. I'm not sure who all I saw there. We're going to go take a look at this. I want to say that maybe Mr. Frolick was involved in this one. And I don't think it was by his own volition. I think he got in there and got door to door with somebody. And a 25 car got into the back of Frolick's car. Or no, I'm sorry, into Herring's car. And that just started a little bit of a chain reaction. I think everybody's going to be able to continue. We'll get guys back in their spots before the restart. Well, different racing than we were seeing last weekend, Dom. Last Sunday night here.
Yeah, a lot more guys. Those 3 coveted transfer spots. Very important, and I think that's why you saw that crash in that corner. Getting on the gas early, trying to be aggressive to get up front, especially when there's not 2 lines yet.
Well, I think one of the best changes is that we're actually going to get to see the races tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we make it all the way through. Better knock in some wood.
There was some really bad connections, and I think I ended up figuring out why. I got a bunch of information during the week from different people, and I think we know why, and I think the problem is solved. So I haven't had any problems yet tonight. And, you know, in both streams last week, it was just Blink City. So I think we know why it happened, and I think everybody's got a lot better connections going this week, especially the servers at iRacing. Right now, Jones, Frolick, Herring, Hook, Gonzalez, Couch, and Hawkins, the running order. These guys are going to get ready to go back to green right here. Still 9 laps of racing left. Almost looks like the left rear tire is all the way down on that 25 car up there, Frolick. Looks like he is riding on the rim, but it does look the same way for the leader. So, all right, green flag back in the air. Good start. Guys head down through turns 1 and 2. Off a turn 2 down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Still Jones, a Frolic, Herring, Hook, Gonzalez, Couch, and Hawkins. Starting to see a little bit of the slick coming through, kind of in the middle, about a lane up off the bottom. Might be opening up the track just a little bit. Cars backwards at the back of the field. Right about the time I took the camera off of these guys, they decided to go backwards right here. 27 car, Jared Couch. Watch him get down into turn 3. I think he catches the inside wall a little bit. Oh, no, 22 car just overcooked his entry and got in the door. That spun several cars around. Frolic, one of those cars involved in that one. That guy just not having any luck to get through heat race number 4 at all right now. So just when we thought the track was going to get a little racier, Dom, well, we're starting to see a little bit of a rash of cautions now.
Well, it could be a good thing. It means there's more lines developing, progression, hopefully more passes as well. Got to keep it clean.
Jones, Herring, Hook, Gonzalez, Hawkins, Crouch, and a Frolic. The running order. Still going to be about 7 laps to go when they get back to green. Should get lights off on the pace truck this time by. You guys will get lined up a single file. We will be going back to the green flag out of turn number 4. Jones and Herring at the front 2. Todd Hook, the 23 car. Your final transfer spot if it finishes the way they're running. Still 7 laps of racing left in heat race number 4. It's a green flag back in the air. We're racing once again. Wad back here as Andrew Hawkins took a peek on the inside of Frank Gonzalez that time. Looks like the track may be trying to widen just a little. Guys running 2 separate lines down in the corners. It looks like that top side is starting to be the line that you want to keep because the momentum is all up there. Halfway home, heat race number 4, still Jones, Herring, and Hook, 1, 2, 3. Frank Gonzalez, the 4 car, trying to run the 23 down. He'd like to get that final transfer spot. The easy way into the feature, not have to work through the soup, and he got a good run through 3 and 4. He closes right down on the left rear corner of Hook's car. See if he can do something with him this time down the backstretch. Goes down to the inside. Hook knows he's there. Hook's got a good advantage. 3 laps to go that time by. Pass back here a little deeper. Couch down on the bottom. He's gotten inside of Hawkins, and he's going to take away the 5th spot. All 3 of these cars at the back toting a little bit of damage. You can see the left rear on the 27, the left front on the 22, and pretty much the entire rear end of the 25 car of Frolic damage as there's more contact between Hawkins and Frolic. They're going to get away, but out of turn 4 to the white flag. Final time, heat race number 4. Andy Jones still leading the way. Calvin Herrick and Todd Hook, but Hook has company. Here comes Gonzalez. Couldn't time it perfectly, or he could have drove up beside him, I think, right there. He's going to try it. Down in 3 and 4. Doesn't make it happen. Jones wins it. Herrick goes through. So does Hook into the feature. We'll see Gonzalez, Couch, Hawkins, and Frolic in the last chance qualifiers tonight. Zipping right along here. Heat race number 5 getting ready to grid out on the front stretch for us. On the pole, the 15 car, Ryan Flatten. On his outside, the Speed Shift TV. Turnkey Motorsports from Algona, Iowa. Zachary Trunkhill, the 39 car. Row 2 on the inside. Snap-on Tools. Smith Racing Incorporated out of Hudson Falls, New York. He drives the 1 car. Wayne McDuff on his outside. The All-Star Visuals. Team All-Star Visuals out of Wynn, Arkansas in the 88 machine. Johnny Smith. Row 3 on the inside. The ML Performance. The number 41 from Concord, North Carolina. Matt Logan behind the wheel. And on his outside, the Rocket Racing Setups. Rocket Racing Setups. Number 33 from Fulton, New York, going to be Richard Murtaugh. And on the back row by himself, in the Outsiders Clothing Company, Team 5 Motorsports from Louisville, Kentucky. He drives the 49 car, Chris Lawson. So right now, Orion Flatten's car, the pole sitter, did not make the call. That is going to move Wayne McDuff to the pole. It will put Matt Logan in the 49 car inside of row 2. Fifth of 6 heat races. About to go green through turns 3 and 4. Pace truck will take the hard left. We'll wait for the flag man to show us the green laundry. There it is. We're underway. Heat race number 5. Trunkhill on the top side, trying to keep momentum, trying to use the outside to get the advantage. He doesn't have it. McDuff off the pole takes the advantage in 3 and 4. Now contact. Lawson inside, more contact. I think that was a net code contact. It really turned Trunkhill's car around. That contact slows everybody up and allows Matt Logan to get into second. He's got Richard Murtaugh behind him. 33 car. Looking on the inside, drives deep into turns 1 and 2. Now he's got the spot. McDuff, Murtaugh, Logan, Lawson, the top 4. McDuff comfortably out in front of these guys. Got about a half a second lead. We'll see if the 33 car can do anything with him. Still a half second at the line. McDuff over Murtaugh. Logan about 5, 6, 7 car lengths now as he loses space in 1 and 2. Looks like 41 car just a little loose on the entries there. Car maybe over rotating a little bit with him. He's having to really back it up. He's got company. The 49 car of Lawson trying to close in on him. Track's starting to widen out pretty good now. Looks like we're going to have a couple of lanes of racing by the time we get into this last heat race. 4 laps to go out of turn number 4. McDuff still out in front. What do you think, Dom? Look like the track's starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm watching. Murtaugh's closing. I just don't know if there's going to be enough time. He draws up close there out of 2.
Yeah, he put the 33 car up inside of McDuff's number 1. He is trying to show him that nose, put a little bit of a fender to him on the exit of 4 right there. Now gets a good bite off the bottom of 2. Just enough momentum. It's going to keep McDuff out in front through 3 and 4. McDuff way wide up in the marbles. New leader, Richard Murtaugh, out in front. McDuff second, and now McDuff's got company with 2 to go. Matt Logan right on the rear end right there. He put the nose up underneath him on the exit of 2. We're coming to the white flag. Heat race number 5 almost in the books. Murtaugh, McDuff, and Logan, the top 3. Final time into turns 3 and 4. Murtaugh's going to pick up the win. Watching second and third. McDuff hangs on to second, and Logan tried to show him the nose again right at the line. He finishes third. Lawson, Trunkhill, and Smith will be in the soup tonight.
That race was a little better, a little more exciting.
A little more competitive for sure. 5 out of the 6 heat races are in the books. So we get ready for heat race number 6 on the pole. Hazard Auto Sports. Fastfield Esports out of Lost Creek, Kentucky, drives the 38 car. Philip Neese on his outside. Attack 3 defense. Full throttle performance number 42 from Paris, Kentucky. Cody Howard. Row 2 on the inside. A Mid-Tennessee chassis. Tennessee Backwards Racing. He's from Westmoreland, Tennessee. It's Caleb Ramsey in the 13 car. And on his outside, the HRE Dirt All Access Team HRE, number 68 out of Alexandria, Kentucky. I know him as NASCAR 68. That's Darren Littrell. Row 3 on the inside, the 024 car, Dirt Series sponsored machine from Connorsville, Indiana. Colton Snyder behind the wheel, and on his outside, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Team 5 Motorsports from Flat Lick, Kentucky, the 63 car of Brad Lawson. And on the back row, the 144 of Brent New. Final heat race, final 7 cars. Getting ready to go green. An old Darren Littrell for a long time. He used to race at a place called New World Order way back in the day. I've been doing this way too long. All right, green flag. Turn 4. Nice Howard off the front row. Final heat race of the night. Green flag is in the air. And the super late models come to life down the front stretch. They're going to be 3 wide when they hit the turn number 1. They get that sorted out quickly. And they go 2 wide, 2 deep behind Nice in the lead. Howard, Ramsey, Snyder, then Littrell running 5th. Littrell way outside right now. Trying to use the cushion to get there. 24 car, 13 car contact. Littrell gets through there. We were watching it when it happens. Colton Snyder got a little bit of contact. Watch the 24K car right here. He's down on the inside. It's down in the corner. I think he tried to slide across, and he hooks the nose on Ramsey's car, and he ended up backwards. Able to drive it away. Not a lot of damage on it. But it'll put us under caution in heat race number 6. It's Nice Howard, Ramsey Littrell, Lawson New, and then Colton Snyder. All right, about one more pace lap behind the truck. Lights will go off this time down the front stretch. Still 8 laps of racing to go. Heat race number 6. Once again, appreciate everybody tuning in, spending part of your Memorial Day weekend with us. And do not forget what we celebrate this holiday for. I know everybody's used to barbecues and family get-togethers and all that, but let's remember all the service people that did not make it back helping defend our freedoms, especially considering the circumstances we are going through right now with all the stuff going on right here at home. Be sure to keep all of them in your thoughts over the weekend, and we're glad you're here watching racing with us since we all can't go to the dirt track. Some of the country can, but a lot of us cannot, and this will have to be our substitute until we can again. All right, heat number 6. 8 laps to go. Nice, Howard, Ramsey sitting in the transfer spots. We're getting ready to go back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag back in the air. And he's got a pretty good start. So did Cody Howard. Ramsey, maybe not as much, and Littrell gets into the side of him. That starts a chain reaction. Cars are going to be able to continue, but it's going to shake up the running order now. It's Nice, Howard, Ramsey, Snyder, then Littrell. We've got the car back underneath him, and we've got another caution. I think Brad Lawson. Was still sideways down on the backstretch.
3 laps, 3 cautions.
Track's starting to widen out. That means guys are going to be a little more bold, I believe.
Oh, and you have 40 guys and only 3 spots in each heat. It's going to make some aggressive moves out there.
There's a patriotic person in the chat right there. Thank you, Mr. Sick. Heat 6 getting just a little physical. All these drivers sat and waited through the first 5 heats and maybe got just a little bit anxious. I don't know. I know right now Philip Neese is having his way with these guys on the restarts. He would like to see the next 7 laps click right off and be able to sit that thing down for a little while he waits for the feature to get here. All right, lights off on the pace truck. We're going to go green next time out of turn 4. Guys, don't forget tomorrow night coverage. Gonna be a little Pro-Am cash race. The guys got about $600 in the pot. Going to bring the 360 wing sprint cars out. Neither myself or Mr. Mike Peterson going to be covering that right here on the Dirt Racing Network for you on Memorial Day at about 8 Eastern. So don't forget to tune in for that. Joe Isabel Sim Sports putting that thing on. All right, back to green we go. Neese. He got a lot better jump on Howard that time. Caleb Ramsey still in third. Here it comes. Oh, Brad New took a peek on the inside of Darren Littrell is what I was looking at right there. He wasn't able to get it done. Had to back the car up just a touch. That's going to allow Littrell to focus on the 13 machine in front of him, see if he can get one of those direct transfer spots. Not have to work his way out of the soup as he peeks his nose down the inside, down the backstretch. Going to try to move the 13 up the hill in 3 and 4. Does it, but he had to check up himself. Not going to complete the pass of that time. Now he's got company. Colton Snyder involved in the first spin in this heat race. He's worked his way back to 5th, and he's putting pressure on both these guys, Ramsey and Littrell, right now, as he's keeping that car locked down on the inside and finding some grip. Up alongside Littrell, that time into 1. Moved the 68 car up the hill, and he'll have the spot. Almost had it coming out of turn 2. Wasn't quite able to get it there. Neese and Howard still 1-2. You see the 13 car, Ramsey. He's the transfer spot. He's the car everybody's going for. Big throw in turn 1 for the 24K, and he wasn't able to make it stick. Had to get on the binders. Now that relegates him back to 5th behind Littrell. Still Neese just over. A lap and a half to go right here. Down the back stretch. Howard starting to put a little bit of pressure on Neese as they come out of turn 4 for the white flag. Watching back here. Littrell around the high side. He's got 3rd away from Ramsey on the final lap. It's going to be Neese picking up the heat win. Cody Howard 2nd, and Darren Littrell going to pick up that 3rd and all-important direct transfer spot. Ramsey, Snyder, New, and Lawson into the soup. So heat racing is complete. And we will get ready to move on to consolation races. I believe we're taking the top 3 out of each one of these and moving them into our A main. Get ready
That is correct from what I see.
Get ready to move and look at our grid right here on the pole. Joey Neese, the other Neese, here at the track tonight. On his outside, going to be the 19 car, Shane Kelly. Row 2, the 49, Chris Lawson. Outside, the 56 car, Brad Dyer. Robert Fletcher, the 77, inside row 3, 39, Zach Trunkhill on his outside. Row 4 on the inside, 16 car, Paul Henley. Travis Pullen on the outside of that row in the 30. 88 of Johnny Smith inside row 5 with the 70 of Chris Weismer on his outside. And on the back row on the inside, Andrew Schaefer in the 35 and Ryan Flatten. And Flatten's car still not here, so he will not be in this one. 11 cars. Top 3 stay. Everyone else will be done for the evening. The last chance qualifier number 1. Where you been, Shane James? I ain't seen you in a minute. All right, lights are going to go off on the pace truck. We're going to go green out of turn number 4. Top 3 will remain at the end of this one. Everyone else will be done. Then we'll bring the rest of the guys out and take the top 3 out of the last chance qualifier. Pace truck about to make the hard left, go into the infield and the green flag right behind that. Nice and Kelly on the front row, green flag in the air. Car stuck his nose on the inside. I want to say that's the 77 of Fletcher, and he got down in there. A lot of contact back there. Everybody able to drive him away. Kelly, Dyer, Nice starting to slide back. He's down on the inside, a high side. Looks like the momentum is starting to come around. The 56 car, Brad Dyer. Not able to get it done right there. Keep Nice in second. Dyer is third. We're watching the top 3. That time, Nice got loose out of 4, and Dyer was able to get the spot. So it's Kelly, Dyer, Nice, Robert Fletcher right behind that. Zach Trunkill, the 1 car, down on the inside. He's trying to work his way to 4th. Side-by-side battle for 4th and 5th. Behind the 3 car, there's contact. Looked like a little bit of net code to me.
Caution is out.
We'll get down here and try to take a look at this. In behind the 77 car. And I'm not sure that the one in the 77 actually make contact. No, not even close. Complete net code right there, and that's going to end it for Fletcher. Unfortunately, that car heavily damaged. I'm not even sure how he's still driving. It looked like the rear end fell out of that car when he was flipping. 4 laps into the 10-lap LCQ number 1. Kelly, Dyer, Nice, Trunkhill, Lawson, Smith, Pullen, Henley, and Schaefer, your top 10. In the stands, what'd you do? Junk your car? Now you can't race anymore or something? Shane James, prolific late model guy. All right, we will wait for the lights to go off on the Pace truck. Should go off this time by, and we will get back to racing. 6 laps still left in this LCQ. Guys are going to go back to green out of turn 4. Only the top 3 get to transfer. Right now, Kelly, Dyer, and Nice, the 5 car. Joey Nice, your final transfer spot. But Zach Trunkhill got kind of a reprieve because he had fallen back just a little bit with all the contact on the opening lap. And now he's going to be right on the rear end of the 5 car. See if he can steal away a transfer spot. Pace truck headed in. Green flag in the air. That 5 car, Nice, still very out of shape. 49 car, I saw him go sideways. Lawson, he started sideways out of turn number 4, right after the green fell. And we'll see what happens. See if he got some help here. He got a car down on the inside right at the start. Not a lot of space when you try to run the guy up the hill like that. 49 car gets up there, gets tagged again in the passenger side door. Weissmer got him. So back to caution. Last chance to qualify. These guys getting a little aggressive, Dom.
Yeah, top 3 spots. Got to make it into that A main. Racetrack's opening up a little bit. More lines available. Make it for more exciting racing.
Well, we'll be halfway when we get the green flag back here. You keeping an eye on that big race on the TV?
Yeah, we're in our 3rd stage, just a little over halfway. Bowman's been in control most of the way.
It looks like that car is just a rocket right now.
It's Bowman, Truex, Byron, Jones, Austin, Dillon. That's your top 5.
Cool.
Chevy's been in well command. So
All right. Well, the lights are off on the pace truck. That means we're going back to green. The 5 down, 5 to go. Still Kelly, Dyer, Neese, Trunkhill, and Smith, the top 5. Only the top 3 will remain at the end of this LCQ. Waiting for Shane Kelly to get us going here out of turn number 4. He's all the way up to the marbles. Gets on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Back to racing we go. Through 1 and 2. Dyer took a look down at the bottom, see if he could find something down there. He's going to stay in second. Joey Neese still in third, and I don't know where Zach Trunkhill's car is at, but it is no longer visible on the track. I wonder, maybe the 39 or the 1 car here, the 1 car, maybe had a little bit of problem down in turns 1 and 2. He went in. He just got dump trucked right there. He was minding his own business, sliding through there, and Travis Pullen drove it way deep down into 1 and 2. Right front to left rear, and that will get you backwards and into the fence right quick. So stuck at about the halfway point right here.
yeah, we need to clean it up just a little. Got to get this race over with.
Yes, we
Get our
do.
top 3 and get moving.
Maybe get race control over the race radios and a little bit of a scolding across communications.
Going back to our Great Lakes race, Barry would be saying that he'd be out on the racetrack now with his arms up, asking what's going on.
Yeah, Barry be standing there in turn 4 with his arms out going, what are you guys doing? All right, still at least going to be 4 to go this time when they get the green. Light should go off on the pace truck this time by. And they do. We'll get them back single file. And they will be ready to go for us. Trying to wrap this one up still. Kelly, Dyer, and Neese in the top 3 spots, but now Johnny Smith, the 88 car, up here to challenge for one of the spots. And then right behind him, Travis Pullen in the 30. The 50, excuse me. It says 30 on here. It says 50 on the side of it. So maybe it is a 30. I can't tell. That's a weird-looking number. All right, about to go green. Kelly's going to jump on the throttle any moment. Now there he goes. Green flag in the air. Neese able to get through turns 1 and 2 cleanly, and he opens a gap on Smith in the 88. Here comes Pullen deep into 3 and 4. Move him to the 4th spot. Travis Pullen, the 30 car. Got 3 laps to catch the 5 car. If he wants one of the transfer spots, we'll keep our eyes right here. Joe Neese, Travis Pullen. Neese has got the spot, and I know Pullen wants it. 2 to go out on turn 4. Still Kelly and Dyer 1-2. The 5 car, Joey Neese. Now getting a challenge on the high side. Big run down the backstretch. Travis Pullen alongside. Can Neese get the power down and keep the spot? Not that time at the line. They were still side by side, but it was Pullen by a nose. White flag in the air. What does Neese have to do from the bottom to keep the spot? He drives it into 3 and 4. Kelly wins it. Dyer second. Neese finds the grip on the bottom, and he takes that final transfer spot. And that will give him a spot near the rear of the feature tonight. Pullen and company all done for the evening. LCQ number 1 finally in the books, and we'll get ready to move on to number 2. Hopefully we get a little bit better racing in this one, Dom.
Yeah, we were lucky that we were on the white flag light right there because there was some more contact and a crash on the backstretch. Luckily, white flag was already out. We were able to finish that one. Otherwise, we would have had another caution at the end.
All right, LCQ number 2, top 3 go to the feature. Everybody else done for the night. On the pole, the 61 of Earl Arts. On his outside, 4 car, Frank Gonzalez. Row 2 going to be the 13 of Caleb Ramsey and the 17 car of Justin Sick on the outside of that row. Row 3, 27 Jared Couch. Inside, 24 Colton Snyder on the outside of that row. Row 4 inside, Cody Slauson in the 8. On his outside, Andrew Hawkins in the 224. On the 5th row on the inside, Brent New. On his outside, going to be Shane Yates. And in the back row on the inside, 25 car of Todd Frolick and the 63 of Brad Lawson. 12 more cars, top 3 go through 10 laps. Everybody else done for the evening. A little warm-up session. And these guys are going to get ready to go for their feature race tonight. All right, green this time out of turn 4. Ertz and Gonzalez on the front row. Last chance qualifier number 2. Final 3 cars to make their way into our feature race tonight come out of this race. Pace truck is in. Green flag in the air. Here they come right down the front stretch. 2 wide all the way through the field as they head down the backstretch into turn number 3. Arts has the lead when they come out of turn 4. Still 2 wide in behind that. Gonzalez, Ramsey, Sick. Second and third right here. Caleb Ramsey, the 13 car. Frank Gonzalez in the 4D. Gonzalez to the top side out of 4. Finds a good run. Now move him to P2. Caleb Ramsey, the car on the bubble, and he's got all kinds of company. 24K of Cody Slauson. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Colton Snyder in the 24K. And the 17S of Justin Sick trying to work him over. Now Snyder takes the spot. Slick goes by on the inside. Move Ramsey back 2 spots in the length of the front straightaway. It's Arts, Gonzalez, and Snyder. Justin Sick in 4th. He is still trying to battle to clear Ramsey, and he doesn't do it that time. 17 car, a little bit of wiggle in the middle of 3 and 4, and then let Ramsey get right back to him. Here comes the 8 car of Cody Slauson. Right now, your top 3 fairly comfortable, and they're evenly spaced, but Colton Snyder closing the gap on Frank Gonzalez. He'd love to put Gonzalez on the hot seat. Everybody chasing Earl Arts. 4 laps to go this time out of turn number 4. Thought we were going to see some action right there between the 24 and the 4. This time, Snyder goes down low, tries to use the basement to find the grip. Wasn't able to do it. Gonzalez able to hang on way up high. Good run in this one. 3 to go. Laps ticking off quickly. Still 2nd and 4th. Ramsey and Hawkins 5th and 6th. Right now, the best battle on the track, the 24 car. Colton Snyder putting all kinds of pressure on Frank Gonzalez in the 4. He might be beside him this time out of turn 4. Just not quite able to get the forward bite that he needed. 2 laps to go. Slide job from the 24. That made Gonzalez check up. Moves Snyder into position number 2. Now Gonzalez is on the hot seat. White flag in the air. If these guys can finish way they sit, it's going to be Art Snyder and Gonzalez in the feature. Sick and company will be done for the night. Out of turn 4 to the checkered flag, winning LCQ number 2, Earl Arts. He's going to take Colton Snyder and Frank Gonzalez to the feature with him. Everybody else's evening will be finished. These guys will get ready for their warm-up session. All 24 cars are locked into our feature. And while they warm up a little bit, you can check this out.
Roll into town, got a country
swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt to drink. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star.
Once again, big shout out to Tim Nichols over at Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, proud partner of the Dirt Racing Network. Appreciate everything he does for DRN and all of the other entities that he is part of and got his finger in. Does a lot for sim racing and dirt racing in general, but very happy to have him on board. These guys are wrapping up their warm-up session here pretty quick. And then we'll get ready to put their feature out on the track. 24 super late models tonight. Week number 1. Dirt Series Productions Super Series. Presented by All Star Visuals. Finish first. And JDI Graphics. Last week in their test and tune session, a lot of connection issues. We weren't even able to finish the broadcast because the server crashed on everybody. But tonight, we've made it through all the heat races, both consies, and now we are ready to get this feature out here. And Dom, you said they had 70 laps on the board?
Yeah, it shows 70. Yep, you're correct.
That is going to be a lot of fun. A long time before.
Hopefully we can keep it pretty clean.
That's a lot of laps in a long time for these guys to be out here turning them. We're going to get ready to go down through our starting lineup. Is going to be Michael Spengler and Devin Cardwell in row number 1. Scott Dobbs, Andy Jones in row 2. Row 3 will look like this: Richard Murtaugh and Philip Neese. The 4th row, Tim Christensen, AJ Cruz. Row 5 will be Rocky Battenfield and Calvin Herring. Wayne McDuff and Cody Howard in row number 6. Row 7, Josh Smith and Anthony Ricketts. Chad Combs and Todd Hook making up row 8. Row 9, Matt Logan and Darren Littrell. The 10th row will be Shane Kelly and Earl Arts. And row 11, Brad Dyer and Colton Snyder. And on the back row, Joe Neese and Frank Gonzalez. Well, jump in here whenever you get the notion, Dom. We'll go back and forth on this one a little bit. Long race. Probably going to be quite a bit to talk about. These guys keep this thing green. There'll be a ton to talk about. I'll be watching a couple of different spots, I'm sure, at the same time in this thing. A lot of action. A lot of cars.
Yeah, 24 cars, and I believe the actual total count is showing me 73 total left. I don't know if any of these paces count or not, but iRacing's telling me 73 left.
Big view from up with our drone right there. You can see how far they stretch all the way down the front stretch, and the lights are off on the pace track. So we'll be going green out of turn number 4 this time with Spengler and Cardwell on the front row. I don't know who to pick in this one. I want to say it's going to be, somebody a little deeper in the field, but I can't count out Devin Cardwell. I know he's pretty good in these late models. It'd be hard to pick a winner first week.
I had my pick, and Colton Snyder. I'm going Colton Snyder. He looked fast in that last
Green,
race.
green.
All right, pace truck is in. The green flag is out. We are racing. Side by side out of 2. Now Cardwell half a car advantage. They're side by side behind that. Cardwell's got it at the line. Spengler, Jones, Dobbs, the top 4 caution. Shane Kelly appears to be in this, but I don't know if he was actually part of it. He just got the car stopped, so he wasn't. 19 car of Kelly. Looks like he gets in part of the chain reaction. He kind of lifted for the 2 cars in front of him, and he got a little bit of help out of the 24K car of Colton Snyder. Racing incident. Just a couple of cars making contact. One checked up for something he saw in front of him. The other guy couldn't see it. Contact from behind, and around you go. So we will wait for just a moment. Let everybody get cycled through. We'll figure out what the running order in the top 10 is. Hello, Mr. Royer. Did you come back so you could hear that a second time? See my buddy Trevor Royer in the chat. I think he came back just to watch the commercial so he could make sure that he hears it correctly. All right. Spengler, Cardwell, Dobbs, Jones, Murtaugh, Neese, Philip Neese, that is. Christensen, Cruz, Battenfield, and Herring. Right now, the top 10. Cars lining up. Double file once more. Give us restart. Out of turn number 4. Pretty much the original lineup. All right, pace truck headed in, ready to restart one more time. Way better start for Spengler that time, and he doesn't have a car on his outside. Cardwell not able to get there. Watching a little bit further back in the field here. Side by side for the 4th spot for just a second. Now the 33 of Murtaugh has the advantage until they go through turns 1 and 2. And then Jones took a peek to the outside. He's having to check up, keep that 73 car out from under the tail tank on the 33. And he's going to be pressured side by side for just a second from Tim Christensen. Right now, Spengler, 1/10 of a second ahead, and caution once again at the back. I want to say I saw Cody Howard in the 42 car go around. Uh, 24 car of Colton Snyder gets out of shape in front of him. He gets up underneath him, gets turned, and triggers a caution. Well, I think we're picking up kind of where we left off with the first consolation race there, Dom.
Yeah, and I don't know what's up with Colton. I might have to change my pick. He's been a part of the first 2 cautions.
Too much damage on the car for him to come forward now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, well, we got a couple of laps in there, and it looked like Spengler got a good start. And when he got clean and clear of Cardwell, he's able to hang on.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit further back in the back. They were 2x2, quite a few rows back. It was kind of fun to watch a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see how long that that kind of racing goes on here. Track looks like it's still got a ton of grip all the way across. But it's Spengler, Cardwell, Dobbs, Murtaugh, Jones, the top 5, Christensen, Philip Neese, Battenfield, Cruz, and McDuff now up into the top 10. So they spread out 2x2 once again. We're ready to restart. A lot of laps left in this one. All right, green flag coming out of turn number 4. Spengler and Cardwell still on the front row. Third time's the charm, maybe. Spangler got on the gas, caught Cardwell sleeping. He's got a good lead going through turns 1 and 2. Murtaugh to the high side off of 2. He's got third. Scott Dobbs in the 4th spot. Andy Jones comes away with 5th, but Tim Christensen right on his outside. They were almost 3 wide down there in 3 and 4. Nice trying to take away the 6th spot. He's not going to get that done now in a battle for 7th with A.J. Cruz. Christensen got around Jones, and he's up to 5th. Jones is back to 6th, and now he's in trouble. He's got company on the inside. A.J. Cruz, the 57 car. Making tracks on the bottom. Bottom side looks like it's starting to come back. Still 3-4 in a row at the front. Spangler, Cardwell, Murtaugh, and Dobbs. All right, back here, the 47 car. Tim Christensen in 5th, and behind him it is a hornet's nest. Cruz, Nice, Battenfield, Littrell, your top 10. Closer to the front, still Spangler able to keep the 30 car right through the middle, and he's hanging on. It doesn't look like anybody's really trying to make a move up there for the lead yet, Dom.
No, and even in the back of the pack, it's starting to get a little strung out a little bit. Single file now, more people trying to make a move, but nothing really working right now.
Cardwell took a peek in 3 and 4 down on the inside. Wasn't able to make it work. Now stays tucked right up underneath the back of the 30 car out of turn 2. He's got to run down the backstretch. He's there. What'll happen in 3 and 4? He drives it in pretty deep. Crosses over. Contact. Almost caught the fence. Spangler had to work hard to keep that car underneath him and from hitting the barrier at the entrance to turn 4 in the pits right there. He's able to grab it up, and he's going to hang on to third. Contact right there. Big time contact. Go back and watch this. He got into the 29 car of Combs, and I'm not sure if that was net code. No, that was not. Right rear got the left front. So heavy contact in the 29 car. Trying to find him on my list. Scott Dobbs in the infield. That car mangled from front to back and left to right. Kind of looks like a little bit of a banana there on the front. So we'll get through the order. It's going to be Cardwell, Murtaugh, Spangler, your top 3. Christensen, Jones, Cruz, Philip Nice, Battenfield, Littrell, and Josh Smith. Now the 83 car cracks his way into the top 10.
Well, each time we get a little bit longer and longer before a caution. It was 1 lap, then 3 laps. That time I think we went about 8 laps. So hopefully we can continue the trend going longer without a caution.
Still a lot of laps on the board, 61 to be exact, as they get set 2 by 2. Cardwell and Murtaugh on our front row. Green flag back in the air. Cardwell got a good jump. He is able to secure position number 1 out of turn 2. Murtaugh, Spangler, and Christensen in tow. 2 wide battle behind that. Jones and Cruz still battling with each other. Now they start to get single file. And the next 2 wide battle back here is going to be the 38 car of Philip Nice. He's out of that battle. Smith gets around him. Then it's Littrell and Dyer side by side. That's for 10th. Good side-by-side battle back here to keep them in the top 10. Darren Littrell, 68 car on the bottom. Brad Dyer, the 56 up top. And Dyer trying to use the momentum line, but Littrell has got a ton of drive off the bottom. He's going to try to slide up and force Dyer to back it down. Now Dyer checks up for him. That's going to start a chain reaction behind that. 61 car of Earl Arts
Caution is out.
was backwards. And we'll go take a look. That started with a chain reaction when Littrell slid across the nose of Dyer. You see Littrell right there. Dyer checks up. He gets touched. Then Arts is in the middle. Now he's just kind of along for the ride, knowing the car on the outside. As soon as he clips the fence, he's going around. It looks like everybody's going to be able to continue. As they'll sort out the running order. I see the 30 car of Michael Spangler headed into the work area. Right rear kind of torn up on that car, and I don't know what. They're going to straighten it up, and he's going to rejoin. Just trying to get that where he's got a little bit of side force out there, because when that's bent up like that, you don't have a ton of side force. So he's going to rejoin it about 17th, it looks like.
Well, he still has plenty of time to make his way back up to the front.
Yeah, that car's been fast all night long. It's just that I think it's getting harder and harder for guys to pass right now. If they give this about 4 or 5 laps and you quit arguing over positions and let it kind of settle in, then they'll be able to pass some cars. It's
I don't know how they held it. They went too wide into turn 1 last restart and somehow came out clean. So
Cardwell, Murtaugh, Christensen, Cruz, Jones, Battenfield, Smith, Neese, and Littrell are the top 10 right now. Excuse me, Brad Dyer running in the 10th spot. Darren Littrell in 9th. Flagman's got the green flag in hand. He's getting ready to show it to these guys out of turn 4 restart on the end of lap number 16.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Single file most of the way through, all the way through the top 10. Shane Kelly in 11th. Cody Howard, Colton Snyder, the 24 car involved in some early contact. You see the left rear corner of that car bent in just a little bit. He sits in the 13th spot. Pretty much single file. Right now, most of the way back. Cardwell and Murtaugh 1, 2. Murtaugh threw a big slider in 3 and 4. He doesn't get it to stick. Cardwell right back past him. 33 car took a shot, couldn't work it out. Behind that now, they're starting to stack up behind Christensen. Christensen's got company. A.J. Cruz on his inside. Andy Jones trying to get in this mix right here as well. And the 97 car, Rocky Battenfield. Battenfield went way wide in 1 and 2. He's going to work around the top side of Jones, give him the 5th spot. Still battling hard at the front. Murtaugh. Cardwell. Murtaugh keeps showing him the right front corner. Cardwell keeps using the momentum line to get away on the exits. Now Murtaugh side by side. Got to go in low. Does he take it across? No, he does not. Keeps it down. That's going to let Cardwell have the spot. Time to regroup, make another charge. Christensen still in 3rd. Cruz is 4th. Battenfield settled into 5th. Now Josh Smith, the 83 car, has worked his way up here into the 6th spot ahead of Jones, Littrell, Neese, and Dyer in 10th. But Dyer's got Shane Kelly on the inside. Kelly in 11th trying to break into the top 10. Go on board with Brad Dyer. See what Brad sees out the front of the 56 car. You can see on the left side right there. There's the nose of the 19 car of Shane Kelly. Dyer just working and working to try to hang on to the spot. He's got the momentum line, but Kelly's got grip on the bottom, and now he's surging ahead. Dyer works back on the top side. He's got the advantage. Oh, that time a little bit of contact with the outside wall. That opens the door for Kelly. They're going to battle side by side. Murtaugh, in the meantime, has the lead away, getting it off the top side. New leader, 33 car, Richard Murtaugh. Davin Cardwell falls to second. Christensen still in third. A.J. Cruz in behind that. Cardwell not content to give anything up right now, and he took a shot. Just couldn't quite get there. Just past a third of the way through. Still about 45 laps to go in this one. Murtaugh in front of Cardwell. Then Christensen, Cruz, Battenfield, Smith now in the fifth spot. Cruz went on the bottom. Cruz took a shot at Christensen and 1 and 2. Tiny bit of contact between those two on the exit of turn 2. Christensen able to hang on to third. Good battle here for a podium spot. Cruz once again now slides across the front end. 57 car. Move Cruz to third, but Christensen's going to take it right back in 3 and 4 with his own slide job. Oh, contact. Christensen finds the outside wall. Cruz finds the outside wall. This is going to be a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
A.J. Cruz on his side, and that car is going to hang right there. We were able to see it live, watching those two battle when they came out of turn 4. Contact right there. Not able to get clear of the 47. He finds the outside wall. Looks like right front suspension is broken. And that car is teetering and balancing up on its side. He is still there. Now he gets flipped completely onto his lid. And that is going to require a tow. So the 57 car will go into the work area the hard way. Pretty good run we had there, dog.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're almost to the halfway point, so hopefully we can keep that going here, second half of the race.
Well, let's look and see what we've got. It's going to be Murtaugh, Cardwell, Cruz. Cruz is no longer there, so it'll be Christensen, Battenfield, Smith, Jones, Literal. Kelly, Nice, and Snyder are top 10. That captures the field at the moment of caution, which was the previous time that they crossed the start-finish line, and that is why it still showed the 57 car in that top 10 lineup. And that is not precise, as the 57 car was the caution, so I'll relegate him to the infield. Lights off on the pace truck. We're going to go green this time out of turn number 4. Still 41 laps. All right, pace truck going to make the hard left into the infield, waiting on the 33 car to find the throttle. There it is, green flag. Back in the air. Cardwell took a shot, could get it done. Still Murtaugh, Cardwell, then Christensen. Now Rocky Battenfield has worked his way into the 4th position. He's got Josh Smith in behind him, still in 5th. Battenfield trying to find his way on to the podium. Cardwell with a big mistake in 1 and 2. That's going to open up over a half a second between he and Murtaugh. He's got a lot of work. Plenty of time to get it done if he's going to catch the 33 car, and he finds the hump in 3 and 4. Not a lot going on, but the 07 car able to hang second. Rocky Battenfield slide job on Christensen. He takes 3rd away. I thought the 07 car there was going to clip the inside wall the last time he went by turns 1 and 2, and he ended up getting that thing to be able to stick down there. Murtaugh, 8/10 of a second in front. Caution on the speedway. Is that the 30 car of Spengler? I don't think he was it. I think he was kind of in it. I think 61 car of Arts was sideways in this one. The question is, did he have help? On the inside, no, it was the 30 car of Spengler, and then Arts just ends up in the wrong place at the wrong time. So Spengler got turned around there. Appreciate everybody tuning in, spending part of your Memorial Day weekend with us. We still got we're right at halfway now. The next time we take the green, we will be right on the halfway point. And 24 cars start this feature, still 22 are running. Make it 21 is Todd. Nope, 22, Todd Hook. He is a lap car, but he is still out there running, so 22 cars still. We are on our sixth caution. We've had 2 lead changes. Murtaugh, Cardwell, Battenfield, Christensen, Smith, the top 5. Literal, Jones, Kelly, Neese, and Snyder. Colton Snyder, the 24 car. He's working his way back up there, Dom.
Maybe I give up on him a little.
Easy to do when you're the first 2 cautions. I can completely understand that. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Murtaugh back on the throttle. We are green again. Watch the guys come down and go through turns 1 and 2. Watching the 83 car of Josh Smith. He's putting pressure on the 4th place car of Tim Christensen. Christensen trying to work inside of Battenfield. The 97, he loses the spot. Moves Smith to the 4th position. 83 cars starting to go forward here around the middle of the race. Murtaugh, 7/10 of a second over Cardwell. Cardwell's going way to the top shelf trying to find more speed. He gets the fence a little bit there in 1 and 2, and that allows Rocky Battenfield, to get right up on the inside. Battenfield using the bottom. Cardwell up on the top, and still Cardwell second at the line. Josh Smith now working the penthouse line. He's trying to close the gap on the 2 in front of him. He hopes they get to racing each other. Makes it that much easier for him. 5th place, Littrell. Darren Littrell now works his way. He was 10th a few laps ago. He is in to 5th. Shane Kelly behind that. Then Andy Jones. And Jones trying to get inside Christensen. Christensen was 3rd a little while ago, then restarted 4th. Now he has lost 3 more positions. He is back to the 7th spot. A little bit of contact with Kelly right there. We'll go back to the front now. Cardwell still battling with Battenfield. Murtaugh, 8/10 of a second in front of these guys. He's off turn 4. There goes Battenfield to the bottom. The 97 car trying to stay down low, find some grip. Cardwell staying way outside. He's using the momentum to hang on to the spot. Gets into the fence a little in turn 3. And that closes the gap just a little bit more for the 97 car of Rocky Battenfield. Now Josh Smith shows himself to the inside. Tried to make it 3 wide. Cardwell now goes back to the bottom. Smith all the way to the top side. Not able to do anything. Murtaugh starting to drive away a little bit. He's picked up 3/10 since we checked on him last. Was 8/10, now 1.1 seconds. 28 laps to go. No, Mr. Jordan, they said we are not concerned about all this. This is fake news. We're just going to do what we want. We want to see some racing. They showed up to the track tonight and packed the grandstands. No PPE required. Murtaugh out in front. 1.1 seconds over Cardwell. Battenfield second. Josh Smith running in fourth. Darren Littrell in fifth. Shane Kelly sixth. Tim Christensen seventh. Colton Snyder, Andy Jones. And then Philip Neese, the 38 car, has worked his way into the top 10.
All right, man.
Caution once again. Chad Herring. Chad Herring in the middle of this. Watching Herring's car, it's the gray and blue car there, middle of the screen. He goes down into 3 and 4. He got a little bit of help. Fourth car of Frank Gonzalez, and Gonzalez gets a little bit of a bump from behind of the 29 car of Scott Dobbs.
Well, at least we're making a little bit of progress now.
It is not a snail's pace currently. You are correct, sir. Get ready to run down through our top 10 once everybody gets in their proper position here. Murtaugh, Cardwell, Battenfield, Smith, Littrell, the top 5. Kelly, Christensen, Snyder, Jones, and Philip Neese, the top 10. Still 21 cars on the track. Scott Dobbs a lap down in 21st. Everyone else still on the lead lap. Appreciate everybody tuning in once again. Guys, thank you for spending part of your Memorial Day weekend with us here at the Dirt Racing Network. Tomorrow night, the Joe Isabel Sim Sports team putting on a cash race. It's about $600 in the pot to bring the 360 wing sprint cars out. Either myself or Mr. Mike Peterson will be calling that race right here live for you. 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So after you've had your cookout and sitting around all fat and happy, tune into the Dirt Racing Network and watch a little bit more racing here on a great Memorial Day weekend. Kind of keeping an eye on this NASCAR race. We're almost into stage 3. And it looks like Logano just barely out in front of Bowman. So, but the green flag back in the air here. Super Series, All-Star Visual Super Series back underway. Murtaugh still in front, but Battenfield now starting to put the pressure on Cardwell. He got to the inside and 1 and 2 that time, and Cardwell gets away from him down the backstretch. So settle that one back to the way it was. Keep Smith in the 4th spot, and Darren Littrell up to a top 5 spot. He's got Shane Kelly right behind him in the 19 car. Tim Christensen, the 47 behind that. And Colton Snyder now up to 8 with Andy Jones and Phil Neese side by side for 9th and 10th. Keeping our eyes on the front. These top 3 very close together. Murtaugh's working the top side. Everybody else has shifted down a lane. And it's keeping everybody very close together. There goes Battenfield through the middle. 1 and 2, not able to do anything with Cardwell. And Cardwell just not doing anything with Murtaugh right now. Not for a lack of trying. We get down 21 laps to go. Top 3, and you see 3 pretty distinctive lines. Murtaugh way at the top, Cardwell down at the bottom, and Battenfield going through the middle. Josh Smith right behind them, the 83 car. He's working the top side, trying to find the momentum line. Gets it up, gets it a little sideways, grabs it back in. He's going to stay in 4th. Darren Littrell still running in the 5th spot, and he's not making up any ground on Josh Smith. With Davin Cardwell now holding serve, staying right in touching distance almost of that 33 car, and he got a good run through 3 and 4. Got that car to cut down, find some bite, and he pulled alongside at the start-finish line that time. Now Murtaugh changes his line. He sees what happened off the bottom the last time with Cardwell hounding the back of the 33 car, the 97, hounding them both. Battenfield really giving a good run in third, waiting for a mistake here out of one of these two in front of him. Cardwell keeps showing Murtaugh that right front corner, and he touched him a little going down into one that time. Going to be 15 to go this time out of turn number 4. Top 3 have not changed, but they have started to get away from 4th place just a touch. Still Josh Smith, Darren Littrell in 5th. We're watching the battle at the front. Murtaugh took the lead and has held it ever since, but he has had a challenge numerous times from that 07 car of Davin Cardwell. Cardwell just keeps getting there. Just can't get enough. I think if he can get beside and keep the pressure on, he might be able to get around. He just can't get it in beside and keep it there. Murtaugh finds the fence in 3 and 4. That's going to let Cardwell get a little bit closer. Now Cardwell, slide job across the nose. Here he comes. Didn't quite take it all the way up. Murtaugh left the lane at the top, and he was able to get back around. Good battle at the front. Great battle for the lead. They're going to get into lap traffic here. Out of turns 3 and 4. Lap car about a straightaway ahead of them. 11 laps to go that time. Still Murtaugh, Cardwell, Battenfield, Smith, your top 4. Now Cardwell gets there at the line. He was all the way inside. Will he take it across the nose this time knowing he was there? Yes, he does. Murtaugh had to check just a little bit. Put Davin Cardwell back to the lead. Cardwell takes it in the middle. Big slide job for Murtaugh, and he's not going to get the spot, but he might lose another one. Rocky Battenfield was there. Now Battenfield slides up and covers the exit line. 33 and 97 cars side by side. Murtaugh to the top, finds the fence at 3 and 4. Move Rocky Battenfield into position number 2. Murtaugh back to 3rd. Josh Smith was in 4th, and caution on the speedway again. Not sure who that's for. Is it Brad Dyer? Looks like the 56 car of Brad Dyer. We'll watch him down here into turn 3. A little bit of contact, a little bit of hooky here, a little bit of hooky there. He gets turned around and then flipped on his lid. Definitely not the night the 56 car had envisioned when he came in here. No, Ethan, they haven't put that in on the dirt cars yet. We are hoping in the next couple of builds, maybe. But right now it's just a lot of track wear, and it changes things drastically. They put tire wear in here on the dirt the way that it really ought to work, and there are going to be some shocked drivers out there, I can assure you. All right, let's look at our top 10 right here. Cardwell, Battenfield, Murtaugh, your top 3. Smith and Littrell rounding out the top 5. Then Kelly, Spengler, Christensen, Jones, and Snyder. So Colton Snyder has worked his way into the top 10, and he's able to stay there. Just has not come forward, Dom.
6th. I'll take a 6th at this point. If you can get into the top 5, that'd be great. But we're under 10 to go. Starting to ramp up here.
Yep, going to have about 7 when we get the green flag back. Getting down to the end of this one. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to let the tracks take rubber and then the tire wear to start on that, Ethan. And as soon as that happens, it's going to be completely different for a lot of guys. They're used to being able to not think about how hard they're running the car, and that will change things drastically. So from a league owner and a broadcaster's perspective, it is going to be interesting when all the factors have to come into play. Right now, it's just the track wear. So, All right, back to green this time. 7 laps to go. Cardwell, Battenfield, Murtaugh the top 3. Josh Smith, 4th, and Darren Littrell in 5th. Cardwell hasn't been able to shake Battenfield since Battenfield got to him a little while ago. But now Battenfield got a car on his outside. Murtaugh finds the outside fence one more time. That is going to relegate him to hanging on to 3rd. He's going to have company pretty quick here. Josh Smith can keep the 83 car pointed the right way and keep it out of the fence. He might have a shot to go after the 33 car of Murtaugh. A little out of shape that time. That lets Smith get just a little closer. This is a battle for 3rd. Nothing changing at the front. Davin Cardwell still around the top side, hanging on to the lead. 4 to go this time out of turn number 4. That time, big change. Murtaugh went to the bottom, made up some ground on the guys in front. Littrell down to the inside. He's going to make a challenge for 4th on Josh Smith. Does he have enough coming out of 2? Yes, he does. Smith's car going backwards now. Littrell up to 4th. 3 laps to go this time. 33 car, Richard Murtaugh trying to make a run late in this thing. See if he can steal the win back away right now, standing on the podium.
All right, man.
Caution. Turn number 2 will have 2 to go. Once again, 61 car of Earl Arts. This time, I believe that car definitely going to be finished as he is up on the jack stand. He got down here. Oh, he and Nice get together. A little bit of help from behind. Oh, then he just gets T-boned. I don't know who that was that hit him. I can't read the number on the side of that car. I think it was a 4 car of Frank Gonzalez that just finished him off down there. So we'll have a green-white checker finish to this one. Cardwell, Battenfield, Murtaugh, Littrell, Spengler has worked his way back into the top 5. Got around Josh Smith right before the caution. Smith is 6th. Kelly, Christensen, Jones, and Nice. It's Philip Nice in the 38 car.
I have to see if Literal here can have run at the top 3 spots. Laps to do it.
All right, lights off on the pace truck. We will go green. Green, white, checkered out of turn number 4. Can Davin Cardwell hold off Rocky Battenfield and Richard Murtaugh? Now Darren Littrell up there in the 4th spot. Can he hold them all off on the restart and hold it down for 2 laps and win in week number 1? Green flag is back in the air. 2 laps to go. Good start out in front. We're going to watch right here at the front. Murtaugh went to the bottom, didn't get enough drive out of 2. Cardwell keeping that 07 machine down on the inside. Battenfield tried to go a little lower, couldn't make it stick. White flag that time by. No more cautions will fly. Cardwell out of 2's got about 2.5 car lengths. He heads into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waving. Davin Cardwell picking up the win. Richard Murtaugh in 3rd with Rocky Battenfield in 2nd. Darren Littrell and Michael Spengler rounding out the top 5. Good run at the end for these guys. Plenty of action to watch. You can't even read the numbers on the side of the car, but these guys are going to pull around on the front stretch. And we will get them out of the cars, grab them for an interview. A little bit of blinky blink out of that 07 car. Everybody else going to take them into the infield for us. Get the top 3 to bring them right here on the front stretch. Try to get Mr. Cardwell back in line here if we can. He'll be separated from the group. And we will go in here, grab our drivers. Let's see. Cardwell is down there. Murtaugh is down there. We'll grab our volumes. Get the interview process started. Richard Murtaugh, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Heck of a battle tonight. You worked your way up there, took the lead for a while, and then Cardwell got back by, but you come home third, man. Talk to us about this long race and a podium finish for you to start the season off.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad race at all. I actually didn't get any practice laps, and I was 21st quick on the board in the practice, so I didn't have high hopes coming into this. And then once I got in my heat and actually got some more laps and was able to take over that lead there, I felt really comfortable in the car, and it was a rocket ship late race until I messed up, allowed Davin to get by me, and then got fenced.
Yeah, it looked like the track started to go away, and we saw guys starting to have trouble up on the top, especially in 3 and 4, and we saw you clip that fence a lot. How quickly did the cushion at the top go away?
There really wasn't a cushion up there at all. I was just using that wall. I was bouncing it off that wall, trying to get runs, and it was actually really fast. And then I clipped it really hard one time, and I allowed Davin to get by me. Then he slid me, and then I got put in the wall, so I wasn't able to run him back down there. Didn't have enough time.
All right, man, who you got in the car with you, and we'll let you go celebrate a third-place finish.
Like, starting out with thanking Rocket Racing Setups for always keeping me hooked up, Reliable Energy Solutions, Carter Speed, my teammates, Ben, Brian, Ron, Mason, Chad, Garrett. As for broadcasting, Dirt Series for putting this on, 180 Flood Dry Properties, RMR Racing, everyone else that was involved in this whole deal.
All right, man, thanks for chatting with us. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday night. Your third-place finisher, Richard Murtaugh. Let's see if we can get Mr. Battenfield in here. Rocky Battenfield, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. How you doing?
Well, you're not an old Okie from Muskogee, but you are from Fort Gibson, and that makes me feel good to have a fellow Okie on the podium tonight, man. Talk to us about this race.
Oh man, it was intense. That line changed all night. Track ended up just being just racy as hell there. I found a little something through the about 2 grooves off the bottom there, and I think Davin caught the same thing. And man, FDP guys finishing 1-2. I'll take it all night long.
Yeah, it looked like the track went through several changes. A little bit of a rocky start there, no pun intended, but. Once the guys settled in, we kind of got some good green flag in there, and you're able to pass a lot of cars. Talk to us about working your way through this field.
Well, I mean, about 3 or 4 of those guys happened to wreck in front of me, and I was able to get around them and not get into trouble. Kept my car clean, and I think that was the most important thing. Is I don't think I had any spoiler damage or anything all night, so I had a fresh car.
All right, man. Well, a great run for you. Tell us who's helping you get it done, and we'll let you celebrate a fantastic run tonight.
Oh, man, my guys over at Full Throttle Performance, I can't say enough about them. We're getting bigger and better. Davin just joined the team the other day, and he's going to do nothing but make us all better. Guys over at VLR, Jeff at iRacing iFlag, WR1 Chassis, Next Level Design, Dirty Grass Soul, Capron Screen Printing, and TAC 3 Defense. I can thank all those guys for all their help.
All right, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you in these podium finishes in the future, and hopefully this is the start of good things for you, bud.
10-4, I appreciate you guys.
All right. Your second place finisher, Rocky Battenfield. Let us move on to the winner. You heard him talk about him just joining that team over there. We'll get Davin Cardwell in here with us. Davin, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, you battled hard to pick up this victory tonight, man. Talk to us about this race and how difficult it was to find a way to pass guys.
Well, since we didn't get the qualifier, we got the invert of the heat race. I got pretty lucky with starting second, so was able to win that. Then I kind of got a little damage at the beginning of the race and let Richard slip by. So then I just stayed patient and it worked out.
Yeah, it looked like when you were out front early, the car was kind of on rails. You were able to drive away from guys, and then once he got around you, looked like it was a struggle to find your way back around him. Where did you find the grip, and where did you find the way around the 33 car tonight?
Well, I think the car it had a little damage on it, but for the most part, I think it was just me over driving. So I just calmed down and I started running the middle line, and I think I found it.
Well, Rocky said before that it looked like you guys were teaming up there, and you had just come on board over there. Having teammates help a lot in a situation like that, especially when you're racing him for the win.
Oh yeah, he told me that the middle line was there, and I listened to him because I wasn't gonna lose anything if it wasn't there. But unfortunately, they got me to where I wanted to be, and I'll take it.
All right, man. Well, who's on the car helping you get it done? We'll let you celebrate a Week 1 victory here for the All-Star Super Series.
Well, first off, I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting. Everyone puts this league on, and I thank FTP, keep on screen printing, FTP, or keep on screen printing. I'm forgetting some sponsors. Pretty new with this. Patrick Defense.
It's easy to do when you move to a new team and you got a whole bunch of new sponsors, man. We appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations on the win. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your winner tonight, Davin Cardwell. Let's run through our finishing order. Cardwell picks up the win. Battenfield was second. Murtaugh third. Littrell in fourth. Michael Spengler, after some early trouble, brings it home in fifth. Josh Smith in sixth. Shane Kelly seventh. Tim Christensen eighth. Philip Neese was ninth. Andy Jones 10th. 11th went to Chad Combs. Colton Snyder in the 12th spot. Anthony Ricketts 13th. Cody Howard 14th. 15th. Joe Neese, Calvin Harrigan 16th, 17th, Frank Gonzalez, Wayne McDuff 18th. Brad Dyer comes home 19th, Earl Art in 20th. 21st to Scott Dobbs. Todd Hook 23rd, A.J. Cruz in 24th, and Matt Logan. Cruz was 23rd, and Logan was 24th. That is going to do it. All-Star Visuals Super Series, week number 1 in the books. Dom, what do you think, buddy?
It was a long race, but I thought a lot of good racing going on. A few cautions, but we
Lost you at the end of that.
we had a few cautions, but made her through it the next week.
Yep, looking forward to going next week. Guys, don't forget tomorrow night. Special event. It is a Pro-Am event with the Joe Isabel Sim Sports team. I don't know who's going to be calling the race for. It's going to be me or Mike. We're still working the details out on that part of it, but it will be here live 8 p.m. Eastern on the Dirt Racing Network. For myself, Mike Peterson, and Dominic Santina, I want to wish everybody a very happy Memorial Day. Guys, do not forget the reason for the holiday. And until we see you the next time, everybody keep it dirty. Good